What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the full moon workshop. This is a full moon in Sagittarius, but it will be affecting all of us. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We all experience it together. Of course, if you have a placement in your birth chart in Sagittarius, you maybe will be feeling this more amplified. You could have a Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising sign, and that's maybe why you're feeling a little bit more activated for this full moon, but we are all experiencing it. And this is a very, I want to say unique moon because we just entered Gemini season, which is amazing because it's a lighter energy. Taurus season, it can be very helpful and productive and supportive for foundations, establishing that and all that kind of thing. It's good for sensual pleasures and like things like that. But there's something about Gemini season that it's just lighter. It's more flexible. It's easier. It's curious. It's exciting. I have a Gemini season workshop that you can watch anytime. I will post it below this. It's also pay what you can. So check it out if you want to understand how to work with that energy. But this is the full moon workshop. So we're going to focus on what energies are coming up for this. We're going to do an energy clearing and maybe a short meditation, and then we're done. This will be really short, be around 25 minutes. If it looks longer, it's because at the end, I typically talk about my experience and whatever. So there are three major things happening that I want to talk about, and it's exciting because I believe they're all happening this week. The first one is happening on the 22nd or around the 22nd, the 23rd. Well, this full moon is around the 23rd. So around that same time, we have the sun trine Pluto. I posted about this on my Instagram, so maybe you saw, but I want to dive a little bit deeper here and explain more. Pluto is connected to our sort of divine rebirth. This is the process that we are all experiencing all the time. That's why we come here as a human, so that we can really alchemize. We can change one emotional state into another one. So alchemy is when we feel anger and we apply it to work, or when we feel sadness and we make art with it. And like that really helps us actually move the energy through and out of our bodies, and it becomes a different kind of energy. So when we do that frequently, and that's what's really helpful about these full moon workshops and the other workshops that I offer, is that when you're doing that, you're cleaning up your energy field. So that allows you to release any old low vibrational tendencies, beliefs, habits, whatever. And your frequency, it starts to change, which means it begins to elevate. You could say it's not really a scale like that, but it's easy to describe it that way. So your frequency begins to elevate. And when you do that and you elevate, you attract other opportunities, lovers, people, doors open, and that's beautiful. So this is what we are all experiencing always, but you get to decide if you want to work with that kind of energy. Do you want to clean up your energy field and experience a new, different lifestyle, new opportunities, expansion? Do you want to find your flow? So what's beautiful about Sagittarius energy is it is connected to the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter is about flow and abundance and expansion. It's a really helpful, sorry, that's my crazy cat, if you can hear him screaming. It's a really helpful, expansive planet that's connected to good luck, good fortune, money, opportunity, like doors opening. So this full moon is triggering a lot of new opportunities and new connections to come into our life over the next 6-month cycle. Okay. So this full moon under Sagittarius has a strong connection to Jupiter. In 2 or 3 days, Jupiter will move into Gemini for the first time in, I believe, 12 years. This is big. Okay. This is a very unique energy because Jupiter loves to expand everything. And when Jupiter enters Gemini, characteristics will be expanding, and we will all be experiencing this increase in Gemini energy. Now we're working with this energy for the full year, so I don't want to overload you, but I would strongly suggest at some point you also watch the Jupiter in Gemini workshop. I will tag it below. It is also pay what you can. I would honestly prefer that you pay, $1 for each of those workshops and you watch them both because they're both really helpful instead of feeling like you have to pay, $5 for one or whatever. Just do whatever feels comfortable. But I would strongly suggest if you can afford it and you have the time, again, everything is, pay what you can. So you can donate whatever you want. But I have a Jupiter in Gemini workshop, of course. They both, that and the Gemini season workshop, they both come with a workbook. So it helps you really understand how to work with this energy. And when Jupiter moves into Gemini, we have an opportunity for really all of us to start asking new questions, to see things through a different lens. Our perspectives can shift. This is about really inviting in more fun, more play, more childlike joy and expression and creativity, connecting with community and social groups in new ways, networking. Like this is a really good, helpful, beneficial sign. Gemini is very playful. And to be honest, I think the world right now, especially, needs more laughter and play and joy because there's so much intensity. And that doesn't mean that we have to discount and ignore what's happening around the world. But I think it's important that we balance that with joy and play. So what's interesting about Gemini is the opposite sign is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, and under this full moon in Sagittarius, we're being asked to get a little more flexible and playful. Sagittarius is here today, gone tomorrow. They're very curious, like Gemini. They want to dance and sing and paint and play. They're very creative. They're very bright. So maybe you're noticing that there's a lot of good ideas that are coming through around this time, or you're inspired to take action or to plan a trip or do something like that. There's a lot of fun energy available to us right now. And trust me, before this, I was just listening to music, crying it out and really, reading things in the news about what's happening around the world and just having a little bit of a meltdown because it's really dense right now. And America's going to have their elections soon, and I don't want to get involved in the politics, but I've just been sort of feeling into that energy of Trump and seeing what, I don't know, where that's going to go. And it just I was getting a very tense energy, and it was just making me really kind of sad for how much pain and suffering there really is in the world. So we can't ignore that. But we need to also make sure that we are giving ourselves enough time to play and to experience things that fill us up, and that we're not only thinking about the things that are draining us and scaring us and we're living in fear. And that's going to be really important, especially through this Gemini season, because there's a lot of mental activation. We have 3 planets in air signs, and that activates a lot of mental energy. So we could be feeling a little bit crazy. But what I really like about the tarot cards that I pulled, and the first one was the King of Cups, the second one was the Queen of Wands, and how I look at them when they're laying down, they're looking this way, and to the right is to the future in tarot, like how I read. So they're looking to the future, and there's this beautiful Ace of Swords. Okay. So they're looking forward and seeing that there is a new world emerging. There is new energies and frequencies joining this earth, and we are able to access it and to work with it and to help ourselves elevate and to experience a different level of joy, even if there is pain, even if there is struggle. And I think it's really important that we understand the polarity and the spectrum of just the human experience. You can't have one without the other. This, unfortunately, is a realm where we can experience a lot of pain, but that doesn't mean we can't also still have access to joy. So what brings you joy? And Gemini season and this full moon in Sagittarius is going to ask you to play more and to get more excited. Now, there's also Venus entering Gemini, and I already talked about Jupiter entering Gemini. So we have a lot of good energy in Gemini. during Gemini season. So use this energy to feel excited. Venus moving into Gemini is an opportunity for us to have more fun and playfulness in our connections, in our romantic life. So it's a good time for some of you to be meeting new people, whether it's networking, friends, lovers, but like there's this overall cute, fun, flirty energy. So I think when there's so much social media and scrolling and so many things trying to distract us and drain our energy, and really like your energy is your currency. It's like that's your most expensive currency. Like time, you're not going to get back. So time and your energy are the two top currencies that you will use for your entire life. And when we fall into these traps of social media scrolling, and like this is literally designed to keep us addicted. Like they have literal like documentaries you can watch about like scientific proof that like that is literally addictive. So it's like they want us on these apps, and this isn't like a conspiracy theory. Like, no, this is just like facts. Like that's business, you know? So they want us on these apps. They want us, you know, doom scrolling, and like that really isn't filling up our energy. That's draining us. It's keeping us distracted, and it's taking all of our time, and for some of us, our money. And it's like, I mean, obviously, you know, most of you probably found me on Instagram, which is like, fine, hello, beautiful. And we can use these tools to lift ourselves up. But like, what are you following? And this is really important for Gemini season, especially under a Sagittarius full moon, because Sagittarius is connected to like philosophy and wisdom, and Gemini is connected to information sharing. So like, what information are you listening to and digesting all day? And how does that information that you're digesting support your overall belief systems and your own personal philosophies? And it's like, there's a connection there to how you see the world around you and what you follow and what information you're ingesting all the time, right? All day. So really pause and think about that, because Pluto retrograding right now in the sign of Aquarius is helping us release any old beliefs, any old philosophies, any old ideas that keep us stuck. And if you are noticing that you are shifting and changing and you want to level up and expand in new ways, then you can't continue, you know, following the same people, doing the same things, like having the same habits. Like you need to adjust yourself, and that's just natural and that's beautiful. So allow yourself to do that. Gemini season will help you pivot. And again, we talk about this a lot in the Gemini season workshop. It's very helpful. So please go watch after this. But like this overall energy here, especially with the King of Cups, is like, what actually fills your cup? What actually makes you excited? And with this Queen of Wands, like, how do you want to express yourself? How do you want to take action? This is connected to that Sagittarius energy. This is a fire energy. So this is an opportunity for you to really understand when you feel good, when you feel filled, when you are feeling excited and curious about something, follow that emotion and take action to actually create something new in your life and to make more available space for fun and play. Because when you're in play, when you're in flow, that's when these new ideas, Ace of Swords, will show up. And that is when the next step will reveal itself and when the next doors will open and you can step through and start experiencing your life in a whole new way. So Pluto retrograding in Aquarius right now, it's also trining the sun. And if some of you, like, you don't understand the language I'm using, don't get caught up on the language, like let it go. What it means when Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, and it is trining the sun, it means that we have a conscious illumination of the outdated beliefs and structures and limitations in our mind that we are still holding on to. So maybe that's you still thinking about a past partner or a past situation or relationship or issue that came up, or it's a regret or whatever. Maybe it's you're still carrying scarcity mindset from your family, or you think that you should be married by now with 3 kids and you own 2 houses and you've got 4-car garage. It's like, bitch, in this economy, are you crazy? So it's just like, you got to chill, you know, like maybe you're investing too much into these old outdated belief systems that don't actually serve you. Maybe they're from society, religion, your family. It doesn't fucking matter, but you don't need to hold on to them, bitch. Okay. So let it go. Under this full moon, we have an opportunity to let go of all those things and to make more available space for fun. So let's do that. And then, you know, next week or later this week, when Jupiter moves into Gemini, it's going to be an expansion of fun and curiosity and exploration. So I'm like burping already. And that's when I do energy work, I usually like burp, burp, burp. So I'm like, whew, we're just about to start the energy clearing. But as I was saying, Jupiter moves into Gemini like in the next week. So it's going to be a lot of opportunity for expansion, expression, and just fun, more childlike fun. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. If you want to learn more, watch the Jupiter in Gemini workshop. It's going to be a very helpful energy. But that's it. Let's start with the energy clearing, and then we'll go right into the guided meditation, and then we're done here. Okay. So I now invite you to close your eyes. Just take a breath. And I want you to imagine that there's a green fire burning in front of you on the ground. And in your hand, you have a golden comb. So just follow your intuition. You can actually use your hand to comb out your energy field, your body. Anywhere you feel that there's energy stuck, I want you to just comb it out. It's like your hair is tangled and there's like conditioner in it and it's just smooth. It starts to smooth out your aura. So you're just combing out your aura from the top all the way down. Imagine you're combing it out from your feet, everything. And if there's anything that gets stuck in the comb, then just toss it into that green fire and let that green fire just dissolve it. It'll just clear it up. Your guides, the universe knows what to do. You don't have to think about it. So we're just cleaning our energy field. I'm going to use distance energy symbols to help clear you also. So just continue with combing yourself and tossing it out. And we're just combing and combing, and releasing everything that's not our energy. And now I want you to imagine that white light starts pouring down from above. So maybe the sky opens or it starts to rain. Or if you have trouble visualizing, just know that it's happening. Like you know you're in a room right now. Just know that white light is pouring down on you. It's adding a layer of protection. It's filling up your space. It's adding a layer of protection to your space. I'm going to use a different distance energy symbol to help enhance this layer of protection and to add more life force energy into you, into your space. So we're just breathing in with each breath, just all of that white light that's pouring in as it fills our space. And now, keeping your eyes closed, I want you, under this full moon, to think about some of the things in your life that are just a little bit dense or stuck or heavy. So maybe you're still struggling to let go of an old habit. Or maybe it's a person that you're trying to clear from your life, an old relationship. Maybe there's an issue at work or with your boss, but what feels heavy for you? It can be a few things. I just want you to really visualize it or see it, feel it is really important. Feel the emotions that it brings. Is it frustration? Is it heartbreak? Is it sadness, loneliness, anger? Like what's coming up? Is it jealousy? And really feel the emotion. Feel it in your body. And now I want you to give that emotion a color. So maybe it's black, brown, purple, whatever. If you have trouble visualizing, just know that what you're doing is helping. So just give that emotion a color. And we're going to take an inhale. And when we inhale, I want you to imagine that you're gathering all of that emotion and all of that energy. And on the exhale, you're going to let it go. You're going to blow it out of your body. Okay. So identify the emotion, identify where it is, give it a color. And now inhale and gather, collect all of that energy, all of that color, collect it. And at the top of your inhale, just hold while we gather it. And then exhale and release it all. Let it out of the mouth. And maybe do that one more time, just so we really make sure that we clear it out. So notice in the body if there's any more stuck energy or any other colors that are still there. And now inhale and gather all of that. Imagine all of that color just coming up into your head, into your lungs, into your mouth, your nose, and then exhale it and push it out of the body. And just see that all of that color, it just dissolves. It's gone. You disconnect from it. Now, we have a little bit more available space. So under this full moon, it's also important that we stand in our power and we move forward in a new way as we step into a new chapter. So I want you to just think about one thing that you can do to fill that available space. So try to think of something fun that you really enjoy so that you can find your flow. Is it a dance class? Is it reading? Is it walking on the beach, in nature, playing with animals, or like, what is it? Spending time with family? Where do you find your flow? And I want you to see yourself or feel yourself experiencing that joy. Really feel the emotions in your body as if it's happening now. And you're excited, and there's potential here, and you feel good, and you're happy. And now we're going to lock this energy into our field. So let's just inhale. Imagine all of that energy coming into your body. And we hold the breath at the top and we lock it into the energy field. And then we exhale and we release any doubt, any fear, any resistance to accepting that energy into our lives. And now under this full moon, if there's anything else that you want to acknowledge, that you want to step into, or if there's any messages that are maybe waiting for you that the universe wants to send, I want you to just be open to feeling that now. If there's an intention you want to set, you can set it now, of course. And then when you're ready, I want you to bring some gentle movement back into the body with your shoulders and your neck. You can open your eyes, come back into the space. Now I want you to pause on my face. If you can catch it, that is the pause game. And when you pause, I want you to write down, under this full moon in Sagittarius, I am releasing the following, and I am stepping into the following chapter. And you can write about whatever this next chapter looks like for you, how you want to play more, etc. So pause this video, go and write your list. I bet you didn't catch me, bitch. Welcome back. So that's it. Thank you. I would definitely suggest that you watch the Gemini season workshop, and then maybe next week or right after it, you watch the Jupiter in Gemini workshop, especially if you have Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, or Pisces in your chart, because those are the 4 mutable signs. So when when Jupiter enters Gemini, that will be influencing all 4 mutable signs. So Pisces, Virgo, Sag, and Gemini. The four of you, if it's your sun, moon, rising, even your Mars or your Venus placement, like definitely go and watch the Jupiter in Gemini and the Gemini season workshop. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is a donation-based workshop, so I posted the link below if you haven't donated yet. Thank you for your love, your support. Leave me a comment, a like. I know it's annoying, but it's really helpful as a creator, so I'm sorry. And that's it. Now, welcome to the pivot party. I kind of said it before, like I had a good cry. I've been feeling more excited. I've noticed today for sure that I've had a lot of like old obsessive thoughts coming back up about like past partners and like just limitations and like figuring out really what's next and blah, blah, blah. I've been feeling a little bit disconnected lately, like the past few weeks, but over the last 2 days, I've been feeling a little bit more connected again to like source or whatever. We go through these moments of like, is like anyone there? Like, hello, I could use some help or like whatever. But I've just been feeling quite emotional about being so grateful that like, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm liking my life. I know there's like challenges and sadness and all these things, but like I've been meeting a lot of people who come and visit at Wheelhouse in Portugal, my healing space that I opened. And like so many people are coming in and just saying like, thank you for all the work you've done and how much I've like changed their lives and things like that. And like, that's really nice. And for a very long time, I just kind of like said, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But like recently I've been really recognizing like, wow, like that's crazy. And it's like a lot of people are really helped by this work. And I'm just feeling more grateful for my life and who I am and all that. And I'm really trying to focus more on like self-love and self-acceptance for, you know, mistakes in the past and things like that. So anyways, that's been coming up for me. Yeah, I feel like the world is just crazy. It's like a little bit intense right now, and that's also making me sad. So it's important that we get excited. My birthday is on the 6th. The new moon is on my birthday, which is crazy. And I rented this huge, beautiful farm. So I'm so excited to just go with my friends and just like celebrate me for a little bit. So yeah, that's exciting. But anyways, I'll see you on the 6th of June, my motherfucking birthday, bitch. And that's a new moon, bitch. So new moon, who this? Ciao. Love you. Bye.